Hello and welcome to Do It Like a Dancer. Today I just wanted to make a quick little video about lines. This is something I love to talk about on this channel. You can see a lot of various videos about lines, and it's one of the things that I emphasize a lot when I'm teaching students. But basically I particularly want to talk about our knees. So you see a lot of photographs or dancers that, especially in ballet, and especially women, who have kind of hyperextended knees, right? So when their leg is fully straight, it kind of goes like this, right? And so that's genetic. You can't train that. It's just the way your knees are built. But then what happens if your knees, like mine, don't do that, right? So when I was a kid, my ballet teacher was always yelling at me for straightening my knees. There was basically two reasons for it. One of that is that my knees are not hyperextended. And so even if they are fully straight, they're never going to have that complete sort of ballet type line. The second thing is that I have always struggled, and it's something that I'm relearning now at 30, almost 32, is how to properly use the muscles around your knees to make your leg straight. So over the past few years, I've had some issues with my left knee in particular, which kind of just randomly freezes up, going downstairs, downhill, something like this. It'll just kind of freeze. And when I started seeing a physiotherapist recently, she's given me these exercises. And when I first started doing them, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever, these are kind of easy. And then she told me that I wasn't doing them right. But the point that I'm trying to make is that the stretch of your knee involves a few different things, and it really involves kind of the whole leg. So here you can see the leg is straight, but the kneecap is not pulled up, right? Now I pull up the kneecap and stretch the knee as much as I can. Now standing, this is a little bit easier to do. However, when your legs get off the ground, or you start to pick up your legs to do extensions, then you really have to work even harder. So here you can see the leg is raised and it's straight. So you can see there is a tiny little difference, and it's just that extra push as the leg is coming up that actually keeps it straight. Now this affects, particularly in ballet technique, but any technique where you're using lines, this really affects it. And generally speaking, these muscles around your knees, when you're properly straightening your knees, they're actually building strength, which helps prevent injuries in the future. It is because our knees are, generally speaking, somewhat fragile. It is a good idea to do regular exercises to strengthen the muscles around them. So I will later on at some point do a video where I show you some of those exercises. But that's all I just wanted to say for now, is that when you're kind of, especially as a beginning dancer and trying to understand what your lines are, if your knee is overextended, you do have to be very careful, because it can be injured quite easily. And if your knee is not, then don't be discouraged by thinking, my knees are not straight, the lines are not good. You can actually train it, but you do have to work for it. So if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you. Yeah, otherwise, do all the YouTube things. Thank you for subscribing and continuing to follow me here on Do It Like a Dancer. See you next time. Bye-bye.